Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. 3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. Welcome in to Woodward Sports. Woodward Sports here in Detroit. Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel, Adham Beydoun in the booth. It is a great Merry Christmas for all us Lion fans. Welcome to the Lions pregame show brought to you by Swiss Insurance, the Lions and the Panthers. Hey, fellas and ladies, this is the biggest game the Lions have played in at least 7 years.
100%. And the biggest game of Dan Campbell's coaching tenure so far. I know we keep saying it every week, but he keeps delivering. And if he delivers today, then next week will be the biggest game of his tenure. But it's amazing that we can have these conversations and have these games after starting 1-6. It's a Christmas present already.
It is a Christmas miracle.
Christmas
That's
miracle.
what it is.
Yes.
Last night I was home and I was catching up on all my old shows. I was watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is coming to town. But today, truly, is my true Christmas. We've even moved our schedule around. Usually we go to 4 o'clock Mass. Not today. We're going to do it a little bit later. I'm going to be locked in to this game. And Adham Beydoun, this is the game I've been fearing about a month ago when they started getting rolling. This was the game that I said, I hate this freaking game. This is the trash team that they got to get by. And I just want to get your take on that because, let's face it, you can get up for the Jets. It's a playoff game. You're going to get up next week. It's your last home game. You're playing the Bears. And then you got Aaron Rodgers on the road against the Packers, even if they're out of it by then, and I don't think they will be. This is the game, man. You win this game, they're making the playoffs.
100%. But to your point, Carolina's in the playoff race. They can win their division. This is they're going to be up for this game. I know we all gave our scores over Friday. I do think the Lions handle business, 27-16, Maz. But you got to be concerned. It's a good defense. I'm not going to say as good as the Jets, but it's good. It poses problems. Brian Burns, J.C. Horn, they got some playmakers. But you look at the other side of the ball for Carolina. If they can't get the ball on the ground rolling 30, 40 carries, they're not going to beat you. They can't beat you in the air. So for really, the most important thing for the Lions is the run defense you've seen the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks legit? And if it is, you should be able to win this game by 10 points, Maz.
I'm telling you, man, this is, ever since they traded Christian McCaffrey away, what do you fear on this team? There's not a hell of a lot on this team. You fear Sam Darnold?
No, you don't fear Sam Darnold. On offense, I mean, Deontay Foreman's had a few good games, maybe DJ Moore, but he's having a down year, like Adam said, on defense.
That's because no one can get him the ball.
Nope, yeah, right. Yeah. It's not his fault.
He's a terrific receiver.
He is a terrific receiver. When your quarterbacks this season have been a cocktail of Baker Mayfield, P.J. Walker, and now your savior is supposed to be Sam Darnold, you're not in a good position. But what Adam said on defense, they're not as good as the Jets, but to me, I know this doesn't matter as much in football as other sports. I think that the Panthers have the best overall player in this game, and Brian Burns. He's turning into a superstar edge rusher before our eyes. J.C. Horn's a damn good corner. They got a couple linebackers, but to me, the Panthers, they can get up for this game because they obviously are in a playoff race. They're in a division race, but I just don't think they have enough. I think they're a bad football team. Every team in the NFC South is a bad football team. The Lions are better. They should win as long as they just take care of business and play clean.
No doubt, man. And, we spoke to the Carolina Panthers beat writer just yesterday on the show, and he kind of feels that Carolina is going to be in this game. I do as well. This is a 3-point game, but 2.5 even it's gone down to. But it's a trap game. I don't care what you call it. And I know the Lions are going to be up for the game. There's a playoff game for them.
Yes.
And the Panthers are fighting for their playoff lives as well. And Steve Wilkes is fighting for a gig.
He is.
He needs it. He wants this job. And David Tepper, the owner of the Panthers, one of the richest guys, one of the richest owners in the NFL, said if he does great things, we will make him the head coach. But it's tough for an interim coach to take that next step. But they are playing for him.
They are playing for him, and nobody wants to stick it to his last. Like, he was the remember, he was the coach of the Arizona Cardinals on the Josh Rosen Cardinals team.
Yep.
And he was kind of the scapegoat. He got fired after 1 year. Wouldn't he just love to stick it to the Cardinals or to it? Just he's got to be motivated to win this job. And if they run the table to end the season, I don't think they will, but if they do and they win the division, how could you not give the head coaching job to Steve Wilkes?
Yeah.
They're playing for him. They've been resurgent under him.
He would get it. He definitely got the shaft in Arizona, no question. 1 year, they wanted to bring in the bright young star that shook hands with Sean McVay. Let's bring in Cliff Kingsbury, right? He had Patrick Mahomes back in the day, even though Patrick Mahomes didn't play very well under him, under his tutelage.
I mean, to me, Patrick Mahomes, played well at Texas Tech. It's just the defense would give up 55, 60. They'd score like 45 and give up 50, 55, 60. And I would say that I don't think that Cliff Kingsbury has been a complete flop, but he obviously hasn't been what he was sort of promised to be. And Kyler Murray's regressed this year, and now he's out, so you never know. It just hasn't worked out. And Steve Wilkes, I'm sure he's just like, sipping a cup of tea with his pinky out, being like, I'm looking pretty good. My stock is up while Cliff Kingsbury's is down.
But he got paid, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury got paid. We all saw that draft in 2020, that virtual draft, and we saw the house that he's been laying up in. He's doing pretty well, Adam. And let's bring up the Panthers here again. This is a team that the Lions should handle. But back in the day, the Panthers have handled the Lions. I mean, they got the goods on them lately. What, they got 5 straight against them?
They do. Look, the Panthers are a good football team. They're a good franchise, actually. I mean, this is a franchise since 2000. They've been to multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
They've been to multiple Super Bowls with 2 different coaches, 2 different quarterbacks over 2 different decades. So it's a good franchise. It's a franchise that's been able to put it together. But right now, they're struggling. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have an offensive line. The kid they took in the first round is struggling a lot. He's not even as good as maybe we thought he was. This is a Carolina Panthers team that is in the midst of a full rebuild, and they haven't even started yet. And you could pinpoint them really similar to what you saw with the Detroit Lions when Matt Patricia left. So they got a lot of work to do. But the one thing they do have a leg up on is they got a defense, man. They got a defense that scores. They're one of the better scoring defenses in the NFL. They got a front 7 that can get after the quarterback. And look, he mentioned Brian Burns earlier. You got J.C. Horn.
Yep. You
pick one Lions wide receiver today, they'll be out of action. J.C. Horn is a Patrick Surtain, is a Sauce Gardner, is a Jalen Ramsey. He's that good. So you have problems today. I don't think they have enough solutions for the Lions. I think the Lions are a better team. But I think they'll be in the game for the most part, but I expect the Lions to handle business, Mass.
I hope you're right, man. Here we are on the Woodward Sports, the Detroit Lions pregame show. Tom Mazawey along with Sam Flannel and Adham Beydoun. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll break the game down for you here, all right? You know it. You got it. WoodwardSports.com, and thanks to Fox 2 Detroit as well. We're locked and loaded. It's playoff time here in the D. The Lions and the Panthers right here. WoodwardSports.com. Be right back.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS @Woodward Sports on all social media.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Detroit Lions pregame show. It's Panthers and Lions today down at Carolina. We're brought to you by Swiss Insurance, like we are every Lions pregame show. Tom Mazawey alongside Sam Flannel and Adham Beydoun from the morning show. Sammy, I wanted to ask you, let's talk about this game.
Yes.
We've been talking about it, but I like to just get a little bit more in depth. This Lions team, if you go back in the days, man, this is a game. First of all, it's December 24th. It's Christmas Eve. We're not used to playing anything meaningful at this time. This is when people take vacations. They're going to go to church. They're going to go shopping today for last-minute deals. But guess what? They're going to be locked and loaded today on this Lions game, man.
Yes.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is a pleasant surprise. And you're seeing how this team is playing. I've never seen a Lions team play this well, play this disciplined for this stretch of a time in my life, even the 2014 team. So I believe this Lions team is for real, and it goes to show just how many ways they can beat a team. Like the first game of the streak against the Packers. They did not play well in that game. Aaron Rodgers drove the ball right down the field for the most part. Jared Goff had a terrible game. But what did the Lions do? They intercepted Aaron Rodgers 3 times in the red zone, held him to 9 points, won that game, seemed a little fluky. In the game against the Bears had committed 9 penalties for 86 yards. The Lions committed 2 for 15. They were the more disciplined team. Remember in that game, Jared Goff threw a game-losing interception that was called back by a hands to the face.
Yeah.
And then at the Giants, a team that was 7-2, they won the turnover battle 3-0.
Dominated them.
Yes, they did. You're always going to win games when you win. You should win every game that you win the turnover battle by 3. And then, of course, they lost the one to the Bills, which was... There were some clock management issues, but at least they could play with arguably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, dominate that game from start to finish, 40-14. Against the Vikings, it was the Vikings that were making kind of stupid coaching decisions with whatever the hell that play call was with that Dalvin Cook
shuttle pass?
Running back pass that obviously was blown up. Dalvin Cook fumbled. It was basically over from there. And then last week at the Jets. Remember, the same old Lions, when they didn't score on 4th down in the red zone, they would have lost that game. That would have been one of those same old Lions type plays, but instead, they forced a 3-and-out, got a punt return for a touchdown. That's a brand new Lions type play.
Yeah, it is.
Jared Goff wasn't great in that game. Zach Wilson made a few big plays, but Zach Wilson also made the terrible mistake, that interception that was returned to like the 15-yard line. They converted a field goal. When the Jets took the lead 17-13, the Lions drove right down the field, had that big play to Brock Wright, took the lead, and the same old Lions would have at least allowed a field goal, or maybe even allowed the Jets to score a touchdown.
Well, they almost let Berrios get loose twice, if you remember that.
That is very true, but it was Robert Saleh, not Dan Campbell. Robert Saleh that had the terrible clock management on the last drive. I remember just being like, why isn't he calling timeout?
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Thank you for the gift.
We'll take it.
The Lions are taking advantage of opportunities. They're the team playing clean. They're the well-coached team, and that's why I believe that this team is different, and they won't overlook a team like the Carolina Panthers.
No, they're not going to overlook them. That's a fact.
Yes.
What I'm just worried about is the Panthers. They're home.
Yeah.
They actually have an opportunity. Slight. They're 2 games back, but they have an opportunity to win that pathetic division.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the NFL has to do going forward. They probably can't do anything, but to give a number 4 seed to a pathetic division like that. And it's happened in the past with the NFC East. But at least they were 500. There's a chance that these teams are not going to be 500.
Yeah.
I mean, the Buccaneers, we've been waiting and waiting. Oh, they got to turn it around. They got Tom Brady. They got Mike Evans. They got Leonard Fournette. They're a Super Bowl champion 2 years ago. But they don't have it.
No, they don't.
They just don't have it. So here it is. This pathetic Panthers team has a chance to win the NFC South and be a 4 seed. And you might see them again in the playoffs if the Lions do make it in the playoffs, because they're going to be on the road the entire time. They're going to be the number 7 seed if they get in. They get a little lucky the next couple weeks. They might sneak up to a 6 seed.
Yeah.
But they got to beat this team.
I don't think it's luck. I think they can get to a 6 seed because you have the Seahawks playing the Chiefs. The Niners are going up against the Commanders.
Correct.
So that
good game that's going to be.
It will be a good game.
I like Washington that game. Hate to say it.
We talked about it yesterday.
To cover?
I like them to win.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'll buy the cover. I'm not sure about the win. But regardless, those are 2 losses you expect. And you will jump both of those teams if they lose and you win today. You will be 8-7. The Commanders will be 7-1. And the Seahawks will be 7-8. Which means you jump up to the 7th spot. Now, the 6th spot with the Giants, they still have some tough games on their schedule too. It's in front of them, as I think even if they win 2 of the next 3, they should be able to get in. 2 of the next 3, I think, gets you in. You win out, you're in 100%. Obviously, you control your destiny, but they win 2 of the next 3, which it looks like they can, and they should. They're going to be favorites for the next 2 weeks. And then going into Lambeau, you don't know. Jordan Love might be starting. And even if he isn't, to be honest, I kind of want to go up against Aaron Rodgers because he looks like shit.
Yeah.
He's looked like shit all year. So I think the stars are aligning for the Lions. I can't believe we're here because 7 weeks ago, man, you could not have sold me on this team winning 6 of 7 games, potentially 7 of 8 after today. They're playing such good football. It's a night and day difference to how they were playing early on in the year. They're playing with more swagger, with more confidence, and it helps when your coach is actually doing a very good job, and he's not the Robert Saleh, and he's not the Matt LaFleur, and he's not any of the guys on the opposing sideline that have been making mistakes against you like you were early on in the year.
Hey, man, they're beating every team in every facet of the game right now, and including now, as you said, the head coach.
Yeah.
The head coach is not putting you in harm's way.
Nope.
If he continues this path, I mean, he should outcoach Steve Wilkes. I mean, they got the talent to win this game. They're on the road, and it's cold in Carolina. It's in the 30s, which is obviously a warm up trend because I can't even put my windshield wipers on to wipe my windows because everything is freezing here in Detroit. The Lions left 2 days early to get to Carolina. Carolina's going to come in this game, and they're going to be, oh, my God, it's cold. The Lions are going to be playing in shirt sleeves. Yeah. All right? They're going to think this is summer in Michigan.
Yeah, 100%. And the Carolina Panthers, they don't usually play in any sort of inclement weather until late in the season, so they're not used to it. And I get it, the Lions are a dome team. They play at Ford Field, but they also have to go to Soldier Field every year and Lambeau every year. And that's just, I don't know, this Lions team is just, they're just the better team. I know a lot of people, and I get it, I 100% get it, that there's some people who are scared that they're going to get their hearts broken by the Lions again. But I just don't think the Panthers have it. And I really do believe, for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, that this team is different. They are good. They're playing like right now the 3rd or 4th best team in the entire NFC. And I think they're dangerous now, and I think they could be dangerous if they get in the playoffs.
I hope you're right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a special surprise for you. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to come right back on the Detroit Lions pregame show here at Woodward Sports, brought to you by Swiss Insurance. Surprise guest coming up. Keep it right here, woodwardsports.com and fox2.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love
I don't have
wearing
headphones.
clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Welcome back to the Lions pregame show, brought to you by Swiss Insurance, live here on woodwardsports.com. And we got a special guest. First of all, Tom Mazawey, Flannel Sam, Adham Beydoun, special guest, my buddy, all our buddies, from the Ermanni and Edward show with me, Maz. Weekdays 2 to 4, we got Ryan Ermanni on the show with us today. Merry Christmas, my brother.
Merry Christmas, Maz, Sam, Adam. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, I'll tell you. It's one of the great days of the year. And can you believe it? We've got NFL football. You know, on Christmas morning, you'd think we'd be, watching all these Christmas movies or something like this. I can't get enough NFL preview today, man. It is so exciting. And who would have thunk it besides me before the season
Exactly.
started?
You're
damn right, baby.
Lions.
The Lions would be alive. Lions, baby. Here we go. I got my Lions hat.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
my Christmas sweater.
Woohoo!
My ugly Christmas sweater. And we're ready to go.
Man, you look like a kid in the candy store, Ryan, and it's so fun, man. I feel like a kid. I cannot wait to lock and load with my girls and watch this Lions game. This is a special treat, man. This is a playoff game. I was telling the guys it's December 24th. We're used to just mailing it in, and, we're not going to pay attention to the Lions today. Now, if you go to church and it's 4 o'clock Mass, I got news for you. The church is going to be half empty because most of the people are going to still be sitting in their cars listening to Dan Miller or watching this game on their freaking phones, man.
Well, that's the thing. First of all, like December 24th, hell, Maz. October 24th,
Yeah.
Lions football. But so we have 4:30 Mass today. And,
Oh, good.
4:30 Mass, you figure you got to get there early and
Get your seats.
I don't care. I am not getting at that church at 4 o'clock if it's a one-score game to get the seats early. I mean, I am there at 4:45 if I have to be.
Hey,
but
we literally
nonetheless,
changed our plans, right? We changed our plans. We're not going to 4. We're going to 6. 6 o'clock Mass today, baby.
And look, this whole thing about the Lions and the plays, doesn't this feel like so exciting because that they're doing it the right way? I mean, we have seen Lions playoff teams in the past. I mean, look at the 2016. You knew that team wasn't any good. That was it was like a Fugazi playoff run. You're just fighting to get in, but you knew they couldn't do anything in the playoffs. This year, this team, I'm telling you guys, and you can call me crazy all you want, every year is its own year. And this team can not only make the playoffs, they can win a game in the playoffs, and then you just never know. I've seen crazier stuff happen, guys. This team is as dialed in as any in the National Football League right now. And look, everybody's pointing to San Francisco, and I know they're a juggernaut. They look like a juggernaut. But we don't know what Brock Purdy's going to be like in the playoffs. You don't know what Jalen Hurts is going to be like in the playoffs. He's not playing today, I don't believe. You never know what can happen. You toss your hat in the ring and see where you go.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man? Good to talk to you today. So I know that you are a long-suffering Lions fan. You've seen a lot of SOL-type teams. You've seen a lot of SOL-type moments, and you mentioned that this team is different, and I would agree with you on that. What is it about this team? What do they do differently that other SOL teams might have failed at? What does this team has succeeded at?
First of all, it's how they're built. It's these young guys. What do they have? 2 guys north of 30 on the team, and one of them, and Michael Brockers, doesn't even play. It's how they're built. It's how they've developed over the years. They've gotten they've gotten better. The younger players have gotten better. We talked about Aiden Hutchinson at the start of the year. Like, where is 97? Where is 97? He's gotten better. James Houston, where is he? He's gotten better. You see young guy after young guy coming up. Isaiah Buggs, who knew his name before the season started. Aleem McNeil has gotten better. All these younger guys have gotten better. And you look at where they put their draft capital in. That offensive line, you cannot miss when you take somebody in the first round. And you look at Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow, and Penei Sewell. Those guys are their best unit. And thank God they're their best unit because that's where they put all their draft capital. So that's come to fruition. I mean, just up and down the line. And, this begins with Jared Goff, too. Jared Goff, I owe Jared Goff an apology, man. He has played as good a football. He has played as good a football as any in the NFC specifically. I think he's the second or third best quarterback in the NFC if they make the playoffs.
Ryan, let me ask you this, buddy, huh? Look, we've had our back and forths a little bit,
You think?
It's Christmas Eve. I'm trying to be a better person today. I'm trying not to swear, all right? I'm making changes in my life. Having said that, this team was 1-6, Ryan. They looked like shit. The coach.
There he goes.
The coach had no.
That didn't last long.
I know. I said I was trying. I didn't say I was going to do it. All right. God damn it, man. Anyways,
there you go,
beyond the point. Beyond the point. Ryan, it was 1-6, and you could have gone down the line of every important statistic you'd look at and say, hey, why should I buy in? Why should I believe? It was 0-11-1 on the road. It was 2-10-1 in one possession games. Nothing looked good. And at 1-6, it was rock bottom. And somehow, some way, Ryan, they've not only won 6 of 7, but I could argue they've looked like the second or third or fourth best team in the NFL since. They've won one possession games. They've blown teams out. The defense is playing at a better level. Jared Goff playing at a Pro Bowl level. How did this happen? It's kind of just happened so quick, and obviously we're all enjoying it, and it's really nice. But what the hell? It was 1-6 talking about him working at McDonald's to now 7-7. He might be coach of the year, and he might be the guy long term.
Adam, I was one of those guys that was calling for his head at 1-6 because we've seen this song and dance before. How many years, how many coaching staffs, how many regimes, how many players have we seen be close? Close losses. Once, they're close. They're close. How many times have we said that in our lifetimes? And this is a results-oriented business. So if you are telling me they're close and they're playing hard, but the results are the same, well, you know what? Why is it any different? But you have got to take your hat off to Dan Campbell and this coaching staff, to a man, all of them. From the special teams coach to the offensive coordinator to Aaron Glenn to all of his defensive coaches. Look at Kelvin Shepard, the linebackers coach. I mean, that unit was thought to be one of the worst in the league. Now it's playing at least middle of the pack, maybe one of the best in the league right now. Those guys had a belief, and I think that is... You talk about living like this, whether you win or whether you lose, you just got to stay one pace. And you don't get too high after winning. You don't get too low after a loss. They proved, man, that's how these seasons are long. And with the extra game, everything it's a long year, so anything can happen. And one win, confidence is everything, man. You win one game in this league and you take that over to the next week, it's a dangerous thing. I think the best thing you can give a professional athlete is confidence, and the worst thing you can do to an athlete is take it away. And this team is playing as confident as ever. And now that they know they can win, they expect to win. They expect to go to Carolina today. They don't hope to win the game. They expect to win the game. And I think that's a different mindset, and that's instilled from the head coach on down.
No doubt. Ryan Ermanni joins us here on Woodward Sports on our Lions pregame show. Lions getting ready for the Panthers here on Christmas Eve. What kid wouldn't want to wake up tomorrow and have the Lions be the 7 seed? And it could happen. And we've been talking about this all week. If all the stars line up, if the Skins lose and Seattle loses and the Giants lose, guess what? Lions win. They're number 7 already, Sam, with a bullet.
Yeah, no, that would be just amazing, and it could happen. They could be in that position on Christmas Day, which would be the best Christmas present of them all. I actually have one more question for Ryan Ermanni. So I'm going to give you a chance to sort of gloat a little bit, because at the beginning of the season, you were the one person that said that they're going to go 10-7, and at 1-6, it wasn't looking so good. They're not there yet, but it is right within their grasp to get to 10-7. Are you going to take a victory lap if that happens?
Are you kidding? Hell yes.
Are we doing blow off the microphones?
Oh man, I mean, all day. I mean, we got to bring in whoever we got to bring in to enjoy ourselves. No, but look,
Beydoun got you.
Look, and at 1-6, I jumped off too, guys. I mean, at 1-6, I jumped off, but I didn't think they'd be 9-1 good, because that's what they would have to finish in order to get that 10 wins. I didn't expect that, but I did expect this football team to be good compared to the NFC in this division. Not only did I say 10-7, guys, but I said Minnesota would win the division. I said the Lions would finish 10-7. I said Green Bay would finish 7-10, and I said Chicago would finish 4-13. Tell me. I mean, that's as rock solid as you can be. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be doing a little victory lap here.
Hey, that would have been, I'm going to put some odds on that. That would have been 100,000 to 1 that you hit all 4 of those bets. Am I wrong?
I mean, look, that's as close as any. to any expert prediction you will ever see.
No
and I got
doubt.
a real shot at that. Lions 10-7, Green Bay 7-10, and Chicago 4-13.
Hey, I don't have the stats in front of me to back me up, but I bet this would be the first time in Lions history that they would finish a season at 9-1. Am I wrong?
I think this is this. I mean, forget about finish the season 9-1. I take any in-season 10-game stretch and move it any direction you want. I don't think they'd finish 9-1. Take it in any direction you want. Even the 12-4 year of 1991. Take it any direction you want.
I mean, if you look at this team right now, and again, excuse me being only 28 years old, all right? But I wasn't around for the 90s shit. But I'm just going to tell you from my lifetime, from my life experience, even the Caldwell 11-5, even the Caldwell going into that last game against Green Bay, even that offseason, even the 6-2 start, I don't recall us ever being this serious about the Lions. I think that's a very different and important thing to say because, yeah, you're going to win games in the NFL. It's, I don't want to say rigged, but it's rigged and set up for you to turn it around every 2-3 years. That's just how the NFL is.
No doubt.
That's why we always give coaches a 2-3 year window because, hey, everybody else is doing it. You should do it too. But I've never seen a football team play minute 1 and minute 60. I've never seen a Lions team be the more disciplined team. I've never seen a Lions team be the team that had a coach that wasn't the fucking idiot that made the mistake at the end like they were in the beginning of the year. So I find this to be different. I'm still not processing everything correctly, Ryan, but for me, I think the biggest thing is it is different. It's not only a feeling, you see it on the field. This looks like a football team you just don't want to play against right now.
I think 91, obviously, the 1991 team was the best team in my lifetime. Since the 91 team, by the way, that team lost 45-0 to Washington in the NFC Championship game. I think it was 45-0. I'm pretty sure it was 45-0. Then I think you got to go to the 2014 team. I think that team could have won a Super Bowl with Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Ndamukong Suh. I mean, that was as talented a team as you will find. If they didn't get screwed in Dallas, I think that team could have at least made it to the NFC Championship game. And then I think you look at
weren't they susceptible to that stuff, Ryan, though? You know what I mean? They were... Those Caldwell teams, even the really good ones, we're finding ways to win games in the fourth quarter late. Almost, I would say, resembling this year's Minnesota Vikings. You don't really take them seriously, but they got fucking 11 wins on the board somehow. So,
they had a hell of a defense, Ryan.
They did,
Adam.
But they were winning a lot
defense.
of those games by a Matthew Stafford who would play the first 3 quarters at a shit level, and then in the fourth quarter they would go down, make a comeback, and it was a 55-plus yard field goal from Prater. It was 8 fourth quarter comeback wins in some years. It was a team that you never really trusted. Fair?
Adam, those Caldwell teams, no doubt. And that 2014 team was the best one. Those Caldwell teams, they were 5-23, I believe,
against winning teams.
Winning teams. It's just they were doing it in smoke and mirrors. But again, that 2014 team had star power. In Sue, in Stafford, in Calvin. So,
I'm sorry. We're referring to the Schwartz Lions. I apologize. I thought we were talking about the Caldwell Lions. I apologize.
Terrible. But even the Schwartz, even the Caldwell.
That New Orleans run, that was a top defense and a top offense.
They didn't have a chance. You knew they were going to win, go to New Orleans and beat Drew Brees. Would they put up 45 against the Lions, 248 points?
Calvin went for 200 yards, I think, that game. His only playoff game ever.
Poor guy. Hey, what's your schedule for today, Ryan? What do you got going?
We're going to go to my mom's now, getting ready to walk out the door, do some gifts over there. We're going to watch the Lions. Then we're going to go to church at 4:30. Then we're going to go back to my mom's.
That's great,
tomorrow
man.
We'll do Christmas morning here, and then we'll go to my brother-in-law's tomorrow. So we're doing some great.
You're a good man, Ryan.
Great couple of days for us.
You don't host?
You're a great man, Ryan. I would never let God get in the way of football.
Hey, Lydia! Lydia!
He's excited for Santa Claus to come.
Oh,
so, we're getting ready, guys.
Love you guys. Merry Christmas.
Guys, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Got to give respect to Ryan.
All right, buddy. We love you, man. Ryan Ermanni and Lydia Ermanni. leaving for Grandma's house.
Matt,
There's nothing better.
would you ever leave your couch for God? Huh?
I
I would never do that.
But I'm bringing the phone with me. God
Thankfully,
understands.
I don't have to. But, because I don't do whatever. We're not going to get into that. But,
listen, if it's the Super Bowl, God would understand, right? The playoffs, he would understand.
Look, if God had a phone, you just shoot him a text. Look, man, hey, buddy, I got a lot of bets going on today, all right? I know I'm not supposed to be doing it, but here we are.
Let's face it, God has not been a Lions fan till this year, right? Till this year. It's great, man. Hey, I hope everyone's enjoying their day. I know there's a few of you out there last-minute shopping. Be careful. It is still icy out.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
This is very important.
Yeah. Did you shop yet?
Back to my question.
Yes, go ahead. I figured that.
Njoku?
Yeah.
Or Knox at tight end today?
Knox.
100%.
100%.
Not even close.
Nope, because he's starting to get going. I see it. I see it. Now, I got one for you.
All right.
You're talking to a guy. I'm in the second round of the playoffs. I have Lamar Jackson. Okay,
God.
I've been patchworking it. I got a choice of Daniel Jones against Minnesota or Jared Goff against the Panthers.
Daniel Jones.
Sam?
And as much as that hurts me to say.
Indoors,
Daniel
right?
Jones, it's a favorable matchup. It's indoors. He'll at least run for 40 yards. You're getting 4 points there. You're expecting him to get at least 2 touchdowns against Minnesota. Actually, full transparency, I have them on upset alert today, actually.
Really? I do too. I picked the Giants yesterday.
I do have the Giants winning.
We will make our picks, by the way.
Yep, I did pick them yesterday as one of my best bets of the weekend. So I am going Giants. Maybe it's a bit biased.
No.
But today looks like a Daniel Jones 2-touchdown game in the air, one on the ground.
I like it, Sam.
Yeah, I got to go with Daniel Jones as well. Road, outdoor, Jared Goff is not quite the same quarterback as he is at Ford Field. They're playing at Carolina. And Daniel Jones, he's a big threat on the ground. He could even score a touchdown. He could get like 40 to 50 yards, as Adham said. And the Vikings will give up some points, and the Giants will keep it close. So I will say Daniel Jones as well.
I do think they have a letdown today. I mean, they only came back last week, I think, in the greatest comeback in NFL history. Can you get up twice in a row for that?
I have another question for you.
Yeah, please.
So, I'm a bit irresponsible, and I admit it.
Yeah, well,
okay.
No need to admit it. We know.
I'm a high-risk bettor, okay? So I'm going to ask you, Maz, if you were to make one bet today, and I told you there were $2,300 involved in it, who you taking?
Can you give me one commercial break on that?
No problem.
Okay.
All right, so I got you. I'll do this one.
We will. No, don't do it yet. I got you. On the break, I'm just going to take a look because I do have my picks.
All right, let's do it.
And I'm going to give you my best.
All right, I love it.
I'm kind of leaning towards Washington a little, to be honest with you.
You fucker.
Off the get-go.
$2,300, not $50, Maz. What are we doing here?
Hey, Neil Rule's going to join us at the top of the hour. The real deal. That's right. We're bringing everybody out today. This is a Christmas spectacular Lions pregame show brought to you by Swiss Insurance. We'll be right back here on Woodward Sports. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
And we're back here. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year, happy holidays. Whatever you're celebrating today, just be careful out there. It's like the Antarctic. It's Antarctica. It's horrible out. This is the worst weather you could ask for. But you know what? We got lucky. We didn't get completely slammed with snow and wind We did all right. Welcome back to Woodward Sports, woodwardsports.com. The Lions pregame show brought to you by Swiss Insurance. Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel, and that guy in the booth, Adham Beydoun.
I have some next-gen stats for you guys.
Oh, good.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm trying to find you your best bet of the day, by the way.
All right. The Lions defense since week 9. I want you guys to pay very close attention to this. Expected completion percentage. Since week 9, the defense is allowing a 58.3% completion percentage. First in the NFL. Pressures, 98 since week 9. First in the NFL. Pressure percentage, 35.3% of the time they're putting pressure on the quarterback, and that is third in the NFL. I know we talk about Ben Johnson. I know we talk about the offense, as we should. This defense has been a top 5 defense for 6-7 weeks now, and nobody's talking about it.
Amazing. And you know what? No one really talks about Thor. Easy.
Hey.
Alex Anzalone.
Because he's white, Mass.
I'm telling you, this guy, I always liked him. And I know he gets a bad rap. I mean, he come over from New Orleans. You know who brought him over? The guy who used to coach over there with New Orleans under Sean Payton. That's Dan Campbell. Yeah. He knows this guy. He brought him over. Yeah, he's not the greatest linebacker in the world. Yeah, he gets beat here and there. But you know what? As the team is getting better, he is getting better, Sam.
No, you're right. Before the season started, I completely ridiculed Alex Anzalone. I said he was trash. I said you can't have a good defense. You can't even have a semi-competent defense. You can't have a normal bad defense with Alex Anzalone as your starting linebacker. And early on in the year, I was looking like I didn't want to be right, but I was looking pretty spot on. But as the defense has improved, Alex Anzalone has been playing a lot better. He's not getting beat as often. He's not out of position as often. And he's leading this team in tackles. And I know that that's not the most meaningful stat, but it does mean something. He's been somewhat of a tackling machine. And like what Adam said with the defense, when they've made this run over the past 7 games, they've allowed less than 20 points per game. And with an offense that is this good, you can absolutely, with an offense this good and you allow less than 20 points per game, that is more than good enough to win. And in 4 of those games, they've allowed less than 20 points. And in 1 of those games, they've allowed less than 10. And in those 4 games, they are 4-0. You can almost directly correlate the defensive improvement with the Lions' improvement, because at the beginning of the year, the offense was still good. The defense was just historically bad, and now they're a good defense. The Detroit Lions, which was once historically bad, is now a good defense. Those are some damn good stats, Adam. Thank you for bringing them up.
Hey, Adam, how about this stat? Since they let Aubrey Pleasant go, and I hate to say it because he's maybe a scapegoat, Packers picked him right up. He's a good coach. He's a good man. I know it broke Dan Campbell's heart to let him go. But was he the problem? Because they went from 32nd to 19th in 3 weeks, and now, like you said, they're top 5.
I don't want to say he was the problem. Clearly, the secondary players were not listening. Clearly, the secondary was the weakest point of this team. I think at the time it was a scapegoat. But what had happened was, more than him being a scapegoat, you're holding people accountable, Maz. That matters in the NFL. So I go to a locker room and I say, hey, everybody, we just let go of Aubrey Pleasant. We're 1-6. Get your fucking shit together. This is unacceptable. Everyone's like, oh, shit, my job's on the line. Oh, you know what? The NFL is real. I can actually lose my job. And that doesn't just go for the players. Everybody on that staff. And it's been a complete 180 since. So
amazing.
I think psychologically the Aubrey Pleasant move, just like Anthony Lynn last year, really helped
But they
this team.
kept Anthony Lynn all year. They just didn't give him any. You're here, but you're not doing anything.
Yes,
but they let this poor guy
go. The message internally in the building was communicated very clearly. So, again, that's 2 years in a row they make a decision on the staff that has technically led to a lot of success after. We didn't know who Amon-Ra St. Brown was when Anthony Lynn was calling plays. Sure as hell found out after. So that was a good thing. I don't want to blame Aubrey Pleasant because I always hold the head coach accountable. If my coordinator sucks, offensively or defensively, that's my head coach's problem because he's the one hiring them, right? And that's not to be unfair to Dan. That's just the NFL. That's not me. That's just the NFL.
Right.
There's one dude that gets to lift the Lombardi outside of the owner. That's the head coach for a reason.
Right.
We all love Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is a a benefactor of what Dan Campbell has allowed him to do. So Dan deserves a ton of credit for Ben Johnson as well. So, you know what, Maz? The Aubrey Pleasant firing sucked. I don't think anybody wanted to see it, but you had to. You were 1-6. You couldn't play press coverage against Miami. There was a lot of bad reports going out before that week and after. It was the right decision.
Look at the
clearly.
Seattle game, too.
But I think more than anything, it held everybody in the building accountable. They really clicked in their heads saying, oh shit, you know what, we're actually going to get fired if we don't turn this around. And you know what, I'll even pose this. If they win 3 of the next 7 games, and they're sitting here at 4-10, we're talking about some of these guys losing their jobs.
Probably right.
That's just the truth.
But we're not.
But we're not anymore, because they made the right decisions for the 2nd consecutive year, and it's led to a turnaround.
By the way, side note, NFL schedule here. Texans and Titans in Tennessee, but pushed back an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Power outages in the Nashville area, obviously, with this wicked weather going through.
Yeah.
And I think we got away with murder here in Detroit. It was supposed to be the bomb.com cyclone winter storm, and it sucks, but it could have been a lot worse. And
hell of a lot worse.
I'm glad the Lions are away for the week. We do have another special guest coming up here. I promised you Neil Rule, but
I don't like this guy. Why are we just bringing on a bunch of fucking nobodies?
This kid is
I
really...
gotta fucking work with this kid 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week.
This is the guy that's usually in to my right here, sitting with me. It's Jeff Iafrate, folks.
Hey.
Like I said, we got the All-Star coming in here today. Jeff Iafrate, Merry Christmas to you, my brother.
How's it going, guys?
What up, Jeff? Look at you sitting behind. Is that a green screen you're actually out there? Jeff, you got a green screen at home?
Yes, but it doesn't work with G-Mix, so you're just going to see...
That's not true. I can fix it for you right now, you fuck.
All right, well, then do it.
All right, get off the camera. Mass talk.
Now, hey, Jeff, you didn't notice earlier, you weren't with us earlier, when Adam promised us, because it's Christmas and the New Year's coming up, that he's going to clean up his mouth, not have a potty mouth anymore. And since that time...
It's like you saying you were going to use condoms, and where'd that get you?
I think we've gotten about 20 different F-bombs and shits out of his mouth since then.
No, yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. There's zero chance. That's why me on the show, at least, I try to keep it clean sometimes.
Yeah.
Stuff up, but you need the balance, and I let Adam run wild. It's entertaining.
All right, Jeff. Hey, Sammy, lead him off, man. Hit him with a Lions question.
All right, so Jeff, you're a little bit younger of a Lions fan. You're not as hardened. When you go in this game going into Carolina, I see some factions of Lions fans who are very, very confident and some who are scared that the Lions are going to break their heart once again like they always do. Where do you stand on that? Are you more confident or fearful?
I think especially this season, I mean, you're looking at a team, there's 2 identities. The team that was 1-6 and now the team that has won 6 out of 7. And for me personally, I know the same old Lions narrative always arises, but at the same time, you got to give this new regime a chance. And I think winning 6 out of 7, although we've seen Wade and Fonts do it, the difference is they're doing it with young players. They're doing it with players that are going to be here for the long term. I mean, most of them, the impactful players, are on rookie contracts. So for me, I can't complain about what's going on in Detroit. I think everybody would say they're satisfied with this regime, and the fact that we're even playing meaningful games in December, discussing the playoffs, as well as discussing if we're going to have a top 5 pick. The Lions, the position they're in, I don't think there's really any reason to be skeptical. I get why people would be skeptical, but at the same time, they've shown you this is the brand new Lions. Now, you got to win, and next year you got to win. I mean, we have expectations they're going to contend for the division, but this year, with how the season's played out, I thought they'd win 8 games. The fact that they're on pace, if they can clean up these next 3 games, to win 10 and make the playoffs, it's more than I even expected. And honestly, we thought Ryan was crazy.
Yep.
Might not have been so crazy after all.
Nope, we just had him on. We allowed him to gloat for a couple of minutes. We want him to be right. We want him to be right. Let me ask you this, Jeff. Would you be disappointed, let's say, if they lose 2 of the next 3 games?
See, it's tough because, like Neil Rule always says, and Sam, you know this best, with new information, I'm allowed to change my opinion. So earlier in the season, if you told me they'd have 8 wins, 8, 9 wins, I would be like, great, that's fine. But the fact that they're in contention for the playoffs and how the NFC looks, I would be disappointed because of how this team's been playing. You still have a top 5 offense. You have a middle-of-the-pack defense. And if you could keep that up, and you can make the playoffs, I think that's what we all expect. But it doesn't take away from what they've done this season. I don't want to get that mixed up. Right. It doesn't discredit the run they went on. But I think I'd be lying if I said Lions fans wouldn't be disappointed if they didn't make the playoffs, judging how they've been playing lately and the schedule they have left to play.
It would hurt. You know what? As much as I picked them for 7 wins. They're on 7 wins right now. I don't want to be right. I want them to win out. And I'd be honest, I'd be really upset that
disappointed.
I'd be disappointed, but I know next year is going to be their year. I always said it. Next year is going to be the year that they contend for a playoff. But I want it now, man. I'm sorry. I want it now.
I mean, you have to kind of distinguish between sort of the improvement that they've already made with the rookies being some of the best players on their team, with the coaching staff improvements. Like, there's no more questions about Dan Campbell. Ben Johnson is obviously a superstar offensive coordinator, and Aaron Glenn is doing another damn good job with a defense that is young and maybe playing a little bit over their heads. But them getting to 7-7, them having running the table right in front of them with 3 games that I think are very winnable. I think we all think are very winnable. It would be disappointing if they didn't make the playoffs, if they didn't run the table, but at the same time, these are not the same old Lions. They have made tangible improvements that you can see, and their future is even brighter than the present. I think that's what distinguishes this team from, say, like the 2017 team that kind of made a hollow playoff run. This team is for real, no matter how they finish the season.
Go ahead, Jeff.
And by the way, too, and this is what I always say, I want Lions fans to have expectations. I think that's a big part of it. Like for Michigan fans, and this is my argument for Michigan, I think they can win the Natty. You should expect them to beat TCU and whoever they face, whether it's Ohio State or Georgia. Looking at the field of college football, you have a legitimate chance. So expect them to win. I mean, there's no issue with that. So as a Lions fan, seeing they have Carolina, Chicago, and Green Bay, you've already beaten the other 2 teams after Carolina. You should expect them to go to the playoffs. You should expect them to win out. I know it's been a while since Lions fans could say you've had legitimate expectations, but there's no problem with that. I think people get skeptical. Well, I wouldn't be mad. I'm happy with where they are now. Like, no, this is a team that is one of the better teams in the NFC right now. Expect them to go to the playoffs, and if they don't, it's okay to be disappointed.
Well, it's okay for me to be disappointed in you, Jeff. Nice background, by the way.
You changed that on the fly, right?
Yeah.
You're funny.
Anyways. Jeff,
put a naked girl behind him.
Jeff, here's Maz. Don't tempt me.
Okay.
Jeff, here's what I need you to answer, buddy. I need you to answer 2 things. Number 1, what is the disappointment level if they, let's say, win 2 of the next 3 and miss out, or the second part, they lose 2 of the next 3 and they miss out? This is a team that is going to be favored in 2 of the next 3. This is a team I think should be able to win 2 of the next 3. Jeff, we're going to be talking about this team maybe as a 6th seed in 2 Mondays. So your thoughts on expectations, disappointment, where you're going to be at, win or lose?
Well, I've told you this, Adam. I am a little worried at that Green Bay game. I know people say, well, it's Aaron Rodgers. You've beat him before. No. I'm still concerned. But you can get in with 1 loss. So if you beat Carolina and you beat Chicago, there's a chance you can get in. I think disappointment comes with missing the playoffs. But it doesn't take away from anything they've done this season. So for me, I would like to see them win out. I think 2 out of the next 3, my thoughts on it is I think they beat Carolina in Chicago and Green Bay. I'm a little weary on, but even if they lose to Green Bay, they could still get in. So I think the real disappointment would come with losing 2 out of the next 3. I think 1 out of the next 3. I mean, if you lose to Aaron Rodgers and Lambeau, depending on the context of the game, I wouldn't be that disappointed. But if you lose 2 out of the next 3, Chicago, who is in a rebuild, one of the worst teams right now in the NFL, and then you have Carolina, who's good defensively, but they have nothing to offer you offensively, I would be disappointed. You got to win at least 2 out of the next 3.
You're watching a Lions pregame show brought to you by Swiss Insurance here at Woodward Sports, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com. Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel, Adam Beydoun, Jeff Iafredi joining us right now. Lions getting ready to kick it off from Carolina. It's going to be about 35 degrees at kickoff. We already told you about the weather forecast in Tennessee with Nashville. They're going to push that game back, Titans and the Texans, back at least an hour. So if they get away with 35-degree weather, man, playing outside, the last 2 games they played outdoors were in Jersey. Both pretty good weather again. So we're not going to have weather affecting it. I want to ask you guys about Jared Goff, and I'm going to start with you, Jeff. Last week, we saw Jameson Williams get loose again. 2 weeks ago, he got loose, and he got lost against the Jags. They didn't cover him. And he kind of underthrew him. Jared Goff kind of underthrew him, and he kind of said after the game, hey, I was surprised that he was that open. Last week, he blew by everybody, and it was a touchdown. No question. The ball was short. Do you have any qualms about Jared Goff going forward with his arm strength? Oh, Adam has his hand up. Go ahead.
No.
Wrap it up. Go ahead, Jeff.
So for me, with Jared Goff and how I feel, it's the same way I felt before. Oh, my God.
That's what you're pointing at. No wonder. Oh, my God. I love it. Jeff, look at you.
I'm not going to let it distract me. I'm going to talk about Jared Goff with these.
Oh, that's great.
All right,
Leave that up, please.
Jared Goff. I know it's easy to say, well, Jared can't throw a deep ball, which I think is a little ignorant, to be honest with you, because of course you can throw a deep ball. He did it in L.A. Now, can he throw it as consistently as some of the better quarterbacks in the NFL? No. But I don't think him missing Jameson last week completely, takes away Jared Goff. Part of it is J-Mo just got back. His receivers are just getting back. He didn't have a problem hitting DJ Chark. He missed him on that 3rd-and-1 play against Buffalo, but he followed it up with back-to-back games hitting DJ Chark with a beautiful throw down the field. So with Jameson, I think it's more about just establishing that chemistry. He's only been here for 3 games, so I'm not going to overreact to that. But moving forward, Jared Goff is what he is. He's good enough. He's playing like a top 10 quarterback this year. But I'm not going to sit here and say Jared can't throw a deep ball when I watched him for years do it in L.A. I think it's more so just establishing chemistry with the receivers he has right now, and this offense just playing to the strengths of Jared Goff, which I think they've done excellent. So no concerns for me for Jared Goff. He's one of the last guys I'm concerned with.
Adam's having fun with your background. Now you got the Detroit Lions. I can't wait for the next one for you. Sam, I'm going to throw this one over to you.
He's an ass.
I mean, if Jared Goff weren't otherwise having a great season, one of the best of his career, maybe the best of his career in a Pro Bowl level season, maybe I would be concerned. The one that he actually hit to Jameson Williams, I don't have against in that home game, I don't have any problem with it because the only thing that you can do bad on that throw is overthrow a wide open Jameson Williams. He at least got it to him. The one last week, I mean, that was a miss. Obviously, Jameson Williams did get open. He did what we brought him here to do, and Jared Goff couldn't hit him. But Jared Goff has also hit DJ Chark on a pretty damn good deep ball.
Yeah, he did.
And the chemistry that he has built with Amon-Ra St. Brown, he has created one of the most lethal quarterback to wide receiver connections in the NFL. So to me, he's playing so well otherwise. He only missed Jameson Williams egregiously once. I'm not concerned as of yet. But if he continues to miss Jameson Williams after he burns a DBs, then I'll start to get concerned, but not yet.
I'm with you, man. Hey, last thing for you, Jeff. We'll let you go and enjoy Christmas with the family. Who you got today and why?
Here we go. This is more fitting. All right.
I love that. Thank you, Adam.
Talking to? All right, so me and Matt we mutually agree here because I was discussing with him behind me. Lions are going to win today. Not the score that Braylon and Ryan put out because they're confident the Lions are going to completely decimate the Panthers. For me, my final score, I think the Lions win 24. It was 14 yesterday, the Panthers, but I'm going to give them 17. I'll say Lions win 24-17. I think it's kind of a similar game as last week. I mean, you're facing a tough defense, a mediocre offense. I don't see the Lions scoring 30-plus this game. The only way Carolina has a chance is creating turnovers, and they've talked about that as well, especially against a good offense. They got to create turnovers. You want to see Jared Goff keep playing the way he's been playing, not turning the ball over, not giving a bad offense short field. And if they can do that, give me the Lions. The defense is playing excellent. I think they're number one in the last handful of games in pressures. So this defense is legit, and I think they're going to cause the Panthers some problems. So Lions 24, Panthers 17.
I hope you're right, kid. I hope you are right. How you celebrating the holidays this weekend?
Yeah, I got the family today. We're getting down. We're cooking. Mom's cooking.
What do you got? Tell me the menu at the Iafrady household. Make me jealous.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. She's cooking a lot. I got to go upstairs and actually lay it out. I didn't ask her, to be honest with you. I like being surprised. And
Okay,
I just go up
good.
there and nitpick from everything. But you can always come over, Maz, and have some. No Adam.
God bless you, man.
With all this background.
All right. First of all, I'm doing you a favor, Jeff. Sorry. First, show me a little appreciation. Second of all, I am culturally, helping you. Look at this Italian food right behind you right now. You see what I mean? So you stop bitching and complaining.
Yeah, now I'm getting hungry. Damn it.
Merry Christmas, Jeff, to you and yours.
Merry Christmas, fellas. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, brother. That's Jeff Iafredi from the morning show. Him and Beydoun. What a pair they are. When we come back, we're going to have another great one on. The Real Deal will join us, and we'll ask him about his holiday spectacular. And I think he even's going to pick the Lions today. So make sure you keep it right here on WoodwardSports.com. We are Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel, Adham Beydoun, and guests right here on WoodwardSports.com. It is the Lions pregame show, Lions and the Panthers, brought to you by Swiss Insurance.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Motor City Christmas, the most wonderful time of the year. Sleigh bells ring and caroling, songs of love and cheer. Lights shine over me and you, walking down Woodward Avenue.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a safe and happy new year from the Feldman Automotive family.
Maddie Miller here with your Detroit Lions pregame report. The Lions are looking to keep their winning streak and playoff hopes alive with a win against the Carolina Panthers today. The team has won 6 of their last 7 games, including 3 road wins. Today they'll weather the cold in one of Carolina's coldest games. It's been a funky week with travel on a Thursday and no regular Tuesday off for the players, but they say the irregular week doesn't change a thing. The team is not only laser focused on what they need to do, but they are also having a blast doing it. While the playoff chances are still lingering in the air, head coach Dan Campbell says they're just going to keep doing what they do. The Lions will be without safety Deshaun Elliott as he suffered a shoulder injury in last week's game versus the New York Jets. He is hoping to be back before the season ends, but it's an injury they will assess week by week. With Elliott out, the Lions elevated safety Brady Breeze to the active-inactive list from the practice squad yesterday. Craig Reynolds was activated from IR last week, but he made the inactives list for today along with Austin Bryant and Jason Kabinda. That's all I have for you right now. I'll keep you posted as more news comes in.
All right. Thank you, Maddie Miller, our Lions beat reporter. Welcome back to our show, Lions pregame. Lions getting ready for the Carolina Panthers. Yes, this is week 1 of the NFL playoffs here in Detroit. We are raring to go, and we are brought to you by Swiss Insurance. Tom Mazawey alongside Sam Flannel. Adham Beydoun will be joined by another special guest here. We do have our special guest. He is none other than the voice of the Oakland Golden Grizzlies and our guy. It is the real deal, Neil Rule.
Hey.
What up, brother?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy to be with you here today, getting ready to rock. Check out this Lions game. Christmas Eve. Let's get it.
Hey, do you remember the last time on Christmas Eve, as a Lions fan, you were this happy to be watching a game?
Oh, man. No.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, no. You know, as far as having the game on Christmas Eve, actually, and all that kind of stuff, no. It has to go back to, 2014, 2015, when they had the good defense and everything like that. It's been almost a decade, guys. Like, it's been almost a decade. Think about that for a minute. So, hey, get hype, get festive, get ready to roll.
What do you think there, Sam Flannel? This is a guy you hang out with on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Is he really that excited?
No, he definitely is excited. and I think the thing with Neil Rule, and I'm going to ask you this real quick. So you're obviously the biggest Brad Holmes sort of slappy at this network, and I believe you're justified for the most part. How this offseason,
Draft capital.
the way that this last offseason that Brad Holmes had, he drafted Aiden Hutchinson, who leads the all rookies in sacks. He drafted Kirby Joseph, who has forced 5 turnovers. He drafted Malcolm Rodriguez, who for a lot of the season has been their best linebacker. And he drafted James Houston, who is second of all rookies in sacks, and had a couple of 2 low-risk signings that for the most part have panned out. Deshaun Elliott has been great. I mean, for his value. Second on the team in tackles. And DJ Chark, for a lot of the season, he was thought to be kind of a flop, but in the games against Jacksonville and Minnesota, he was Jared Goff's either first or second favorite target. He played great. So how would you grade Brad Holmes' last offseason?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and don't forget too, guys, and I cannot stress this enough. Remember, his biggest free agent acquisitions were Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers. I know they had to pay him $18 million this year. And people like all these media folk that are in this.
Aren't
town,
they Patriots?
Well, exactly. Yeah. And all the media folk that are in this town, they're like, well, I haven't seen Brad Holmes do anything in free agency. Those were your free agents this year. Remember that. And you know what, guys? Like through all this today, no matter what happens, and you know what'll happen if the Panthers do win this game. You guys know what'll happen as well as I do. The bottom line is this: this franchise is set up to last. This franchise is set up to have rookies on rookie contracts. This franchise is set up with $124+ million in cap space in 2024. This is how real teams do it. It's wild. He run out and sign the Jamie Collins and the Trey Flowerses. That's why you know he's real. And oh, by the way, you listed all the names. You listed all their contributions. Here's the really wild thing. When you look at the rookies for the Lions, you look in the stat sheet the next day, there's numbers next to those names. It's really crazy. I don't know quite how to react to it consistently yet. I understand that. But still, no matter what happens here today with this game, this franchise is built to last, guys. It is, for all the reasons that we talked about, and he'll only continue to add talent.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's very important to understand. If you look at just the NFC North, forget the NFC for a minute. You look at the NFC North as a whole. The Chicago Bears, 2-3 years away, and they're not even built young the way the Lions are. You look at the Packers, their cap situation is totally fucked. So that's a rebuild waiting to happen. You look at the Minnesota Vikings. We like them. I love Kevin O'Connell personally, but at the same time, you kind of get fraud vibes with their record, 10-0 in one-possession games. That's unrealistic. It's not sustainable. And the Lions have a few things going for them. Yes, they're young. Yes, they're trending in the right direction. But all these contracts and players are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. The cap space is only going to get better. This is a team for the next 3, 4, 5 years. In my opinion, if you want to give me a 5-year window, if they do it right, which at the top they're doing it correctly right now, for the last 6, 7 weeks, the coaching has been right. If they are legit, they win 3, I would even say 4 of the next 5 NFC Norths.
I mean, that's on the table, right? When you go over all the factors that we just talked about, that's certainly on the table. Look, I'm not here to slap fest it and everything like that. It's just manifested itself the way that I thought it would. Do I still have a couple of questions about Dan Campbell in game as far as things work? Yeah, I do, and I don't think I'm alone in that. But the bottom line is this. These guys play for that guy. And that's 65% of the battle, I think, in my mind, in today's day and age of professional sports. But even that, it doesn't matter to me. The franchise, the way they're set up, and look, when I tell you guys there's $124+ million in cap space in 2024, that's with their quarterback sign. Name me a team in the NFL that has a better setup than that. None. And everything's on the table too. Like the people that are not golf believers or anything like that, the Easies of the world, the Spenmos of the world, from the Woodward heavyweights, that's fine. You have the ability to, on the fly, make a maneuver and go get anybody you want, be it draft capital wise, be it free agency wise, be it maneuvering. Everything is on the table. That's how you know that a franchise is in good shape. Nothing is off limits to them. So anything that they want to do, they can do.
Hey, Neil, I'm going to ask you a question I asked Ryan and I asked Jeff Iafredi. If the Lions lose 2 out of the next 3, are you disappointed in the way the season went?
No, because I remember sitting there at 1-6 going, what the hell is going on? You know, wondering, are some of these guys real? Wondering, and look, I've never wavered. You guys know I'm a Brad Holmes sim. We know that, right? So, and I freely admit that, and I think for good reason, because of what we've seen. But remember, the Brad Holmes and the Dan Campbell thing to me were two separate entities. And I knew that if the Campbell thing became a problem, it could easily be fixed. But it makes me happy to see that he's improved. It makes me happy to see that the franchise has improved. And look, you guys know this. On Monday, if they lose, we're going to do all these shows, and we'll have thousands of viewers and everything like that. And the overriding sentiment will be, see, I told you it's the same old line.
I don't think that's fair, though.
No, and I don't either, because of all the 35,000-foot stuff that I talked about. This franchise has been changed in 18 months from top to bottom. The from a philosophy that they have. And just remember, guys, as I always talk about, Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers are your two highest paid free agents right now. So there you go.
Neil Rule joins us here on Woodward Sports. Of course, he joins us every day on Big D Energy, 11A to 1P, of course, with the man, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Terry Foster and Sam Flannel. We're talking Lions and Panthers. What do you got today? Break it down for me, Neil.
I said this, or we had our little text thread going on. I like the Lions 19-14. And I like the Badger, the Money Badger, to kick 4 field goals here today. Although, still we can fix that. We can fix that later. And I still like, the Easies and the Spencers of the world to crack on Jared Goff, even though when it's all said and done, he'll get the win. He'll do just enough to win on the road. That's all this league is. And see, we're new to this. Like, as Lions fans, there are no style points on the road in the National Football League. It's a zero-sum thing.
Win by one.
Nobody cares.
Win by one.
Win by one.
Nobody cares that the Vikings are 10-0 in one-possession games and that they've looked very, very, very suspect throughout the year. You know why? Because they're wearing those NFC North champion hats. They're wearing the gear. They're wearing the swag. They're going to host a home game, something you've never done at Ford Field. I'm with you, Neil. I don't care how you get it done. Go fucking get it done. Win in the NFL, and that's what they've been doing, man.
Hey, I picked them 20-19 today, Neil. I got that 19 number in my head. So I'm ready to go. I think it's going to be an ugly game, and I hope it's beautiful at the end, man. How you celebrating Christmas with your gang today?
Oh, the family's coming over here today. We're getting things rolling. As you can see, it's pretty festive. Getting ready to lock in for the Lions game also. But oh yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, I'm grilling some fish tonight, man.
Hell yeah,
you know how it works. Yeah, I'm grilling some fish tonight. I don't care that it's 20 below zero wind chill. Hey, question for you guys, real quick. Just really go quick around the room here.
Yeah, of course.
In the back of your mind, you guys see how this is shaping up, right? You know the Packers are going to win in Miami. I know they are. I feel it in my bones.
I do too.
You know this is shaping up. It's going to be Lambeau. The winner gets in.
Sunday Night Football.
Can't wait.
Do you want that? Would you rather the Packers lose today and that be over, or do you want that?
I'll lead off. I want it all. I want the Packers to win out to the end. I want the Lions to win out to the end. I want to be at Lambeau Field on Sunday Night Football or even Saturday Night Football, whatever they flex that game, because it will be flexed somewhere. Give me it, and I think the Lions finally slay the dragon. And I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy, but they're going to beat him this time. They'll sweep the Bears, and they're going to sweep the Packers this year. Sam?
Yeah, I would.
Real quick, I know how Sam Flannel's going to answer because he's a Michigan fan. He'll say, no, I'd rather the Packers lose so we don't have to face them. The same way you didn't want Alabama in the playoff, right, Sam Flannel?
First off,
want that heat.
I never said that.
That's not nice,
and
Neil.
this isn't the time to be like crapping on Michigan fans on our 13-0 season, our win at Columbus, college football playoff. But, okay, so I actually predicted that the Packers would win at Miami on Ermanni Edwards with Maz yesterday.
We both did.
There comes a time in a team's life, a long-suffering team's life, it could happen with players too, where you just have to slay the dragon. In order to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And for the Lions, the Packers have basically owned them for the most part in both of their franchises' history. So it would be very symbolic and poetic for the Lions to have to go into Lambeau Field, a traditional house of horrors, and beat the Aaron Rodgers led Packers, and I think the Lions can do it. That's the thing about this year being the perfect time for it, is this is not the same Packers team of even last year or the year before. This is one of the worst Aaron Rodgers-led Packers teams, so I want that smoke. I want the Lions to have to go into Lambeau and get the win, and I think it will shape up that way.
You remember 2 weeks ago what he said on national TV to the reporter who was asking the question? You can't lose to a team. You can't lose to that team. And then last week he says, then they're 500. They're not over 500. You know who he's talking about.
Right.
Adam, he's talking about the Lions.
Yeah, without saying anything rude, I want to say a few words. They start with the F word. I don't give a shit, honestly, Neil. I really don't. I think the Miami Dolphins win big today anyways, or against the Packers on Sunday. I don't see it happening, but to placate to your hypothetical, it would be nice to play the Packers in a meaningful game at the end of the year in Lambeau, beat them, send Aaron Rodgers home packing like a bitch. I think it all would work out very well.
Hey, Neil,
with his greasy hair and his peyote trips and all that stuff, you're right.
Hey, that said, I love Aaron Rodgers. I don't care. I know everyone hates him. To me, he's been the greatest watch in football the past 12 years. I love watching great games at Lambeau Field. To me, it's just NFL history.
He's a bitch.
Okay, we're a day past.
You like watching great games at Lambeau Field that he ultimately loses all the time. Okay,
well,
got it.
I love it.
Well, he did win one Super Bowl, and he does get to the playoffs every year. He does get to the NFC Championship a lot. Yeah, his record isn't great, but it's a team sport, Neil. So let it go, pal.
He's a bitch.
Let it go.
Hey, you guys have a great holiday. Can't wait for all this. It's a lot of fun. I'll be grilling the fish as we not 7 kinds of fish, just one kind of
Neil,
fish.
Neil, quick question before you go. Question before you go. All right?
Yes.
Let me hear it. I need to know. On a Sunday or given today a Saturday, what's more important, God or football? I need to know. You going to Mass?
Season?
You going to Mass?
Yeah,
or do you put them on hold?
No, we're going to go, but we're going after the football.
That's what I like to hear.
Amen.
Right.
Absolutely.
Always. Football over God.
Yeah.
Football over God is the way to live a happy life. I don't care how fucked your marriage is. You choose football over everything in life. I promise you'll live a happy life. Thank you, Neil.
I've been doing that most of my life. I've been doing that most of my life, Adam. It's always been sports and family for me together. I thank you to Neil Rule, my biggest ball buster here in Woodward Sports. When we come back, I'm going to give Adam my best bet of the day, and we're going to go around the NFL.
You better not fuck me, man.
We've been awesome on Sunday football. I just got to be saying that. Get your bets ready. We're going to give you the winners coming up right here. You'll watch it. The Lions pregame show. They're about to kick the Panthers' rears in just a little bit. We're going to tell you about it on the Lions pregame show, brought to you by Swiss Insurance right here on Woodward Sports. Don't go away.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
And we're back. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a great day of football. Not to all a good night yet, because we just started the day. Welcome back to Woodward Sports, woodwardsports.com. Tom Mazawey alongside my man Sam Flannel, who gets better every single day on the microphone. Again, I'll tell you what, me and him hit the road for trivia at these bars. We're going to take all your money.
Absolutely.
All right? And, of course, we got Adham Beydoun as well. Merry Christmas to all Lions and the Panthers here. It's the Lions pregame show brought to you by Swiss Insurance. Let's go around the NFL, shall we, boys? Let's start in Chicago. It's the Bills at the Bears. That's going to lead it off today. Bears, an 8-point favorite here. Sam, I start with you.
I've got the Bills on this one. See, the Bears, they did cover against the Eagles last week, and Justin Fields has had a pretty damn good second year, and he's a damn good runner. But that Bears defense is just atrocious. It's been atrocious since they let go of Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn, and the Buffalo has something to play for. They need to get the 1 seed in order to have home field advantage, because teams don't want to play in Buffalo in the playoffs. So the Bills are motivated. The Bears defense is terrible. Give me the Bills.
All right, Adam?
Maz, I mean, you're really going to ask me this. I have a clear hatred and disdain for the city of Chicago, its stupid fans, that stupid fucking football team that nobody cares about, that hasn't got a quarterback right in, 50, 60 years.
They do care about them. They love their team.
Yeah.
They do.
Fuck the Bears. They're going to lose.
You taking the Bills?
I'll take the Bills. Alternate spread 14.5.
All right, I'll take the Bills as well. Saints at the Browns. The Browns still got a little something to play for. Outside chance. Deshaun Watson's 3rd game back. Saints still have a chance, I don't know how, but to win the NFC South. This spread is Cleveland at home. It's low, man. It's only 3.
Ooh, I think you're getting a gift with that spread. I got Cleveland pretty comfortably in this one because of 2 players, Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett. Those are 2 of the best players at their position in the NFL. And Deshaun Watson, I think he has his best game as a Brown this week. The Saints are terrible, especially away from the Superdome. Give me Cleveland.
Go ahead, Adam.
That defense travels, man. Saints have a very, very good defense. Deshaun Watson hasn't looked the same. FanDuel's got it at 3.5 points. Give me the Saints to cover. I'll go Cleveland to win 27-26, but New Orleans to cover.
Yeah, this spread smells to me, but I can't pick the Saints. I think they're disgusting. Give me the Browns. Deshaun Watson's got to have at least one decent game, although it's going to be icy there. Texans and Titans, I already told you, this game's getting pushed about an hour. They should just push it off the schedule. Titans favored by 3 with Malik Willis behind the center. Who you got there, Sam? I know who you got.
I got the Texans in this one, and a lot of it is because Malik Willis is their starting quarterback. Nothing against him long term. He's just not ready yet.
No, he's not
and
ready.
The Texans, they're playing hard. They played the Kansas City Chiefs to overtime, and they played the Cowboys really, really close.
Yep.
They are playing hard. They play teams close. Give me the Texans.
Go ahead, Adam.
I mean, Maz, what are you doing to me here?
Sorry, buddy.
Come on. Maz, the guy can't even hand the ball off correctly. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL now. Give me the Texans on the money line. Hell, give me alternate. I'll take the Texans to win by a touchdown. The Titans are falling apart. Give me the Texans.
Titans are falling apart, but they'll win this game. All right, just hand the ball off to you-know-who. The king in the back, Derrick Henry. They'll cover that spread. The Texans are playing good, but they're on the road this time. Lovie Smith can't win on the road. This is my best bet of the week.
All right,
you
I'm
ready?
placing it right now.
No. Seahawks and Chiefs. This is my best bet of the week.
10.5?
Chiefs favored by 10, I got. I'm taking Kansas City to blow their doors off today. All right? That's my best bet of the week. Now,
$2,000 to win $1,900. It's in.
We sit here all the time and we say take double-digit point spreads because the average game is 9 points or less. Kansas City's got something to prove here. Seattle is finished. Geno Smith is making the Pro Bowl. Congrats to him. They really played well. Pete Carroll's a hell of a coach. One of my favorites. Chiefs are going to whitewash them.
You know, yesterday on our Mind Eaters with Maz, I did pick the Seahawks to cover, and I have since changed my mind. I think the Chiefs will win by like 14 or so. They have the best quarterback.
21.
They have the best quarterback in the game, playing arguably the best football of his career without Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce's playing some of the best football of his career. And Isaiah Pacheco, he's kind of given the running game a shot in the arm. They're motivated. They're the best team in the league to me. Give me the Chiefs to blow out, or at least win by 14.
Go ahead, Adam.
What do you want from me, Maz, huh? What do you want from me?
You staying with me?
What are you doing to me?
You sticking with me?
10.5 points?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You taking them?
I got to take the Seahawks. What am I doing here? 10.5 points? What are you making me work with, huh? What do I look like? A fucking coal miner?
All right.
10.5 points. And it's the NFL. Seahawks have their playoff hopes and dreams on the line.
Yeah.
Going to make me bet against 10.5 points? I can't listen to you this time, Maz. I'm sorry. Give me the Seahawks.
Hey, the air conditioner just went on, by the way.
Oh, what do you want me to do about it? Huh? What, my God, it's
loud. All right.
Snap my fingers.
Here's
Boom,
Adam's.
it's all done.
Here's Adam's pick here. It's the Giants and the Vikings. It's Minnesota at home, favored by 4, Sam. I think me and Adam are on the same track. How about you?
I've got the Giants to cover because what do the Minnesota Vikings do best this year? They win close games. They kind of let teams that they should beat handily hang around. and I do believe that they are better than the Giants, but they will let the Giants hang around. The Giants will score some points, and the Vikings will win something like 30-27, and the Giants will cover.
Adam, you and I think, are on the same here.
Maz, I got the Giants money line. It's actually one of my favorite bets of the weekend. Saquon Barkley, they got the run game. Daniel Jones, I think, will be a viable option in fantasy this weekend. I like the Giants. Again, the Vikings are coming off the greatest comeback in NFL history.
Yes.
Yep.
It is also very easy to let yourselves down the following week. They are at home. They've already clinched the North. Their minds are in a million different places right now. As much as, again, I love Kevin O'Connell as a coach, I don't think his team is up for a New York Giants team that will come into town and probably beat them. Give me the Giants to cover.
I like them as well. I like the G-men in this game. I'm not sure if they're going to pull it out, but they're going to cover that 4.5. All right, this one's a good one here. Bengals at Foxborough, at the Patriots. Bengals have won 6 straight. They're favored by 3, Sam.
I got the Bengals in this one. Joe Burrow, to me, has laid his claim as the second-best quarterback in the NFL. I think he'll be fighting it with Josh Allen over the next couple weeks. But Joe Burrow's playing the best football of his career. Their defense is playing well. And the Patriots' offense, the Mac Jones-led, Matt Patricia coached offense, has just been anemic. I don't even think they get to 14 points. Give me the Bengals today.
Adam?
Yeah, I like the Bengals as well. I think Joe Burrow, I know the Jalen Hurts story is nice. Everybody likes him. I don't blame it. The kid is phenomenal. He's a deserving MVP. Having said that, Joe Burrow, to me, is just behind him in second place for the MVP voting. He loses Jamar Chase, loses his receivers, loses his running backs, and it never matters. He finds ways to win games. He's putting up all the numbers you could dream of from a quarterback. He's a top 3 quarterback in the NFL right now. Give me the Bengals.
This is the Patriots' last stand. They're home. This is their last shot at trying to get back in this playoff hunt. That said, I think Bill Belichick hired his friend one time too many. I think Matt Patricia's ruined that team, and I can't believe in him. Got to go with the Bengals. Give me the Bengals laying that spread and winning their 7th in a row. Falcons at Baltimore. Ravens are favored by 6.5 in this one. Falcons play everyone hard. Obviously, they have their rookie quarterback starting again. Desmond Ridder gets the start. Marcus Mariota is out to the pasture. Ravens, you know who they have. They got Tyler Huntley going today. 6.5's a lot, man.
That is too big of a spread. I think you're a sociopath if you watch this game. There's nothing to me that's even remotely appealing about it. Give me the
Cordero Patterson.
Hey, Cordero Patterson is a good, entertaining player. A.J. Terrell, Grady Jarrett. But to me, Tyler Huntley, he has shown everyone how badly the Baltimore Ravens need Lamar Jackson for this offense. He has been terrible. The Falcons, they do play hard. I just think it'll be a low-scoring kind of dogfight sort of game. Give me the Falcons to cover.
Hey, before you talk, Adam, there's a rumor going around, and I tweeted it out yesterday.
Oh, God.
I retweeted from this Baltimore Ravens NFL guy. He says that Lamar Jackson is available for multiple picks and that they would draft Anthony Richardson of Florida to take his spot. Would you trade?
I don't buy that.
Would you trade for Lamar Jackson if you were the Lions and you got Jared Goff?
I'd rather circumcise my. You know what? We're not going to even get into it. I would just say no.
Okay.
No. Lamar Jackson, again, phenomenal athlete, former MVP. He's magical with the ball at his feet, really, when he's running. It's unbelievable to watch sometimes. He's an accurate-ish thrower, inconsistently, not my typical quarterback that on 3rd and long, obvious passing situations, he can lead me to victory. I'd rather have Jared Goff right now than Lamar Jackson. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not giving up first-round draft picks. Lamar's going to come with a $50, $55+ million price tag. I'm good, man. I'm not sold on Lamar. I'm not sold on him long-term. That's the problem. Lamar, the last few years, has been phenomenal. Love watching him play. Excellent quarterback. But when you ask me to give you a 6-year contract, fully guaranteed, I can't do it. I can't do it when half of your game is running the ball. I can't do it, Maz. I would never trade 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson, let alone 3 or 4.
That said, who are you taking today, Falcons or Ravens?
Give me the Falcons on the upset. Ravens season's over. They're going to fall apart. I like the Falcons today in an upset win.
I like the Falcons to cover. Ravens are going to win this game. Sam, I'm going to ask you the same question. Let's just say Baltimore said, hey, Lions, we'll take your second first-round pick this year. That means the Lions pick, and next year's number 1 for Lamar Jackson. Would you do it?
I would absolutely not do it. Jared Goff has shown me enough, especially at the money he's being paid, that he's a good value. They can build a good roster with their draft picks around a Jared Goff. And to me, Lamar Jackson, he's everything that Adam said as an athlete. Probably the best running quarterback I've ever seen, a former MVP, but I still question long-term his throwing ability when some of that athleticism goes away. Like I said, Jared Goff has just shown me enough. He's fine for now. I would not make that trade.
Listen, guys. Listen to me for a second.
All right.
Okay? Lamar Jackson, those receivers, those running backs behind that offensive line, you don't want him?
No.
It's not that I don't
You don't want him?
I don't want him at $50+ million a year, which he will cost.
That's right.
I don't want. If I'm
What do you care? It's not your money.
Yes, it is.
They haven't spent a dime.
Hear me out. Hear me out. If I'm going to spend 50, hell, I'll take it a step further. There are 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now I would pay $80 million a year for, and I would fuck my entire salary cap for. I don't give a fuck. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and I'm missing somebody else. God damn it, Adam.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Thank you, my good friend. That is it. Nobody else, not Kyler, not Dak, not any of these cunts are worth anything.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is not a top 5 quarterback. He's not even top 10 at the moment. And when he was healthy this year, he was inconsistent as hell. He's regressed the last 3 years in completion percentage. He's regressed in the last 3 years in throws down the field. Yes, he doesn't have the greatest weapons. Yes, it's not the most complete offensive line like it is in Detroit. But don't sell me on trading multiple first-round picks and giving him a fully guaranteed deal at $200+ million, $50 million annually. It's not happening. I would rather die. I would rather go another 58 fucking years without a playoff win than deal with Lamar Jackson at quarterback for that price.
Put that survey up for the peeps. All right?
You got it.
Next game, Commanders at the 49ers. Niners are favored by 6.5. That spread dropped by 0.5 point, Sam Flannel.
I got the 49ers in this one, and it's for one reason. Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, to me, I'm a simp for Nick Bosa. To me,
you just love Nick Bosa.
I love Nick Bosa.
Is your Nicky upset that you love Nick Bosa this much? Which Nick do you like better? Your Nicky or him?
Depends on how tonight. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Anywho, but yeah, Nick Bosa to me is having the single most impactful season by a defensive player since Aaron Donald in 2018 when he had over 20 sacks. He is a guy, and their defense is #1 in the NFL. And on their offense, Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Shanahan's system. They've having Deebo Samuel. I don't know if he's playing today, but George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk. That is a system under Kyle Shanahan that Brock Purdy has basically been able to seamlessly fit in after Jimmy Garoppolo. Give me the 49ers to win this one by like 10-14.
All right, Adam. Commanders or Niners?
Maz, all pros at every position. The Niners are just better across the board. They have the better coach. Kyle Shanahan with Brock Purdy. Maz, with you at quarterback, he could get to the NFC title game. Give me the Niners. They'll cover.
Give me the Commanders as my second best bet of the week. Matter of fact, you could parlay the Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs if you want to throw the Giants in there as a 3-teamer as well. I like Washington, maybe pull the upset today. Eagles at the Cowboys. Eagles going with Gardner Minshew. It's Minshew mania. Jalen Hurts is down. Cowboys 10-4, fighting for their playoff lives here. They still got an outside chance to steal this division. Probably not. Eagles 13-1, Sam. The spread, Dallas went down 0.5, 4.5.
I think that the Cowboys win, but the Eagles cover. Gardner Minshew is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL. I know they're going to lose a lot losing Jalen Hurts for this game, but I think their offense will be just fine running by in that offensive line. Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, I think their defense will
A.J. Brown's been a stud.
He has helped Jalen Hurts.
How'd they trade him again?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean...
Yeah, no reason. I mean... A.J. Brown, to me, has been just as responsible for Jalen Hurts' resurgence as anybody, and I think their defense will be able to keep them in it. I have the Cowboys winning by like 3. Give me the Eagles to cover.
Adam?
I don't like this game. I don't like it at all. This has Philly loss written all over it. Give me the Cowboys to cover.
Me too. I like the Cowboys in this game. I'm not going to say that they're going to win again. Don't they have to meet again at the end of the year?
Yes, sir, they do.
All right. Cowboys take this game at home. This is their Super Bowl, if you want to really get down to it. The night game.
Can I address somebody in the
chat?
chat? All right, let's see. Hoove ADHD. How much is Goff's contract going to be? I'll tell you what it's going to be. It's $30 million for the next 2 years after this season, which is very cost-effective in today's NFL. You're going to have, like Neil said, a few contracts that will not be on the books moving forward. You're going to have one of the better cap situations in the NFL, and people like you want to fuck it up by trading for a guy that you're going to have to shell out $50+ million a year annually to. Really, guys. Give me Jared Goff over Lamar Jackson. I can't believe we're having this conversation. The guy is playing at a Pro Bowl level at the moment.
That's your opinion, but I would take Lamar Jackson.
It's not an opinion. It's just the reality. Why would
It's not reality. You don't know what's reality.
Yes, I do. I'll tell you why. Why, Maz? You answer
God?
this. You answer this. Why would I? Here, let me rephrase this a little bit, so at least I get an honest answer out of you. Why should I mortgage 2 first-round picks? Okay. And $50+ million, which is what it'll cost to sign Lamar Jackson for the next 6 years, in place of either Jared Goff or, I don't know, with those first-round picks, maybe I draft my quarterback of the future at half the cost. I'm not understanding the math behind it. It's not that I don't like Lamar. He's a very good quarterback. But he's not one of the quarterbacks I would break the bank for. He's not one of the quarterbacks I believe can lead my team to, let's say, a better situation than what they are. That's a John Harbaugh coached football team. They took Lamar at the end of the first round for a reason. He had a lot of flaws, and they built a team around him that was centered around a lot of running backs, running the ball effectively, and getting him on the ground, not throwing the ball deep. You could have gave him Jamar Chase, and he wouldn't be throwing the ball accurately. It doesn't change his situation. Yes, he would be better in Detroit. A lot of good weapons, sure. But at what cost? You're not going to be able to keep a lot of these guys if you bring in a Lamar Jackson. I just don't see it.
All right, that's your opinion. I just brought it up because he is going to be available. At least that's what a Baltimore NFL reporter said yesterday. So it is what it is. Right now, we're all happy with Jared Goff. Let's see how happy we are going forward. I hope we're going to be very happy. Tonight's game is the 50-year anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. God bless you, Franco Harris. You left us way too soon.
News.
Way too soon. Anyway, it's the Raiders at the Steelers. It's not at Three Rivers. It's at the old Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium. Pittsburgh is playing better football.
Yep.
They got to keep winning if they want to avoid their first losing season in the Mike Tomlin era.
Yeah.
All right, they're favored by 2. Raiders playing okay ball. They should be a lot better than 6-8.
I've got the Steelers in this one. You're right. The Raiders, they should be better. They've got star players having damn good seasons, but they haven't. They're poorly coached. They've played terrible situational football, last week notwithstanding. And the Steelers, they're built right now, and they're doing better at it, at grounding and pounding and making it kind of an uglier game. This is one of those games where it's not going to matter who plays quarterback. The Steelers are going to win a low-scoring game. Give me the Steelers at home to cover and win.
Go ahead, Adam.
Man, Josh McDaniels is such an idiot.
He is.
I don't know how he messed that up. That's a playoff team.
Easily.
Out in Vegas.
If they kept Rich Bisaccia, they'd be in the playoffs.
They would be a playoff team. I would agree with you. I don't like it, but I have to go with the Steelers. Raiders are the better team. Steelers are better coached. Give me the Steelers.
I got to go with the Steelers at home as well. Mike Tomlin, they're fighting for that non-losing season. I see them playing better. I'm not sure if Kenny Pickett's going or Mitch Trubisky. I hope Kenny Pickett goes because that's the season that they threw the season away to see if he could play.
Yep.
They drafted him, as their number 1 quarterback. I want to see the kid do well. I think he's going to be good, personally. I hope he is going to be good. How about our Christmas Day games? It leads off with the Packers at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are home for the first time in 3 weeks. They've been at nothing at cold weather games now. They're a 3.5-point favorite in South Florida.
I got the Packers to not only cover but win this game. I know, call me crazy, but Aaron Rodgers, he's been better lately, and he has developed a chemistry with Christian Watson. Romeo Doubs is back. Their running game has been quietly very, very good this year, and their defense, it hasn't always been the best at stopping the run, but they still have Devondre Campbell back, Preston Smith, Jair Alexander, and honestly, Tua Tagovailoa hasn't looked so good playing against real opponents. I think the Packers win this game, and I think they kind of shut down the run for the Dolphins and limit Tua. Give me the Packers to win.
Tua was the most highly voted on player for the Pro Bowl. He got the most fan votes, and he didn't make the Pro Bowl, right, Adam?
I don't know how I feel about this game. This has Dolphins written all over it. It just doesn't make sense. Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur all year have not been on the same page. The Packers defense not overrated going into the season. I did think they would be a top 10 defense. They've been a shell of themselves. They've dealt with injuries, whatever excuse you want to use in the book. This has Miami blowout written all over. I'm going to go 45-24. Give me the Miami Dolphins in a big win.
Hey, look, I think you're right, Adam. I really think this game is for the Dolphins to win. But there's something that tells me that Aaron Rodgers will pull this one out. I got to play the Packers here. I'm not sure if they're going to pull it out completely and win, but I'll take the Packers to cover that spread, although I really believe that the Dolphins should run them out of the stadium.
They should.
They really should. This was supposed to be the game that everyone was going to stop their Christmas celebration for. The Broncos featuring Russell Wilson going for the playoffs, maybe an undefeated season, and the Rams defending Super Bowl champions with Matthew Stafford, probably OBJ back at this time as well. Instead, it's 2 4-10 teams playing in Denver, playing in LA, and Denver is favored by 3 in this game.
I got the Broncos in this one. Like you said, it's one of the worst games of the day, but we're paying attention because we need the Rams to lose.
We want Denver.
The Broncos throughout this whole season, even with Russell Wilson having just a disaster of a year, their defense is still good. I think that they will befuddle Baker Mayfield, and I trust Russell Wilson in this spot more than Baker. Give me the Broncos.
Go ahead there, Adam.
I mean, there's nothing I can objectively say here. We all know the Broncos have to win for the Lions to get a better draft pick. I'm going the Broncos.
I'm taking Denver as well. I have their defense in my fantasy league. That's how confident I am, although I'm a Baker fan. Buccaneers at the Cardinals is the nightcap. You know the Bucs have to win. It's in Arizona, and they're favored by 7.5 over Colt McCoy and the boys.
I've got the Arizona Cardinals covering, but losing because they do something stupid at the end, and Tom Brady's teams take advantage of it.
Yep.
The Brady luck will strike again, and they will make the playoffs and win their division and still get a home playoff game with a losing record. I hate it. It makes me – that was the grievance I aired yesterday.
That is a bad grievance.
The Cardinals will cover, but they will lose in the end. They're terrible.
Hard knocks to you there, Adam. Who you like?
It's a stupid game. No meaning. I hate the teams. I hate the coaches. I hate everybody. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers should win this game.
Yeah.
But I think the points are too much. Give me the Cardinals to cover the 7.5 at home.
I love the Cardinals in the 7.5. Buccaneers should be 7.5 over anybody.
Nope.
I will predict this. Both these coaches will be fired at the end of the year. And the final game of the holiday season, the Chargers at the Colts. Colts, they're only getting 4. Chargers are only giving them 4.
I got the Chargers.
How did the freaking Colts get a Monday night game?
I know. Well, before the year, they were supposed to be good. Matt Ryan was supposed to lead them to maybe even an AFC Championship appearance. That obviously has been a disaster. Give me the Chargers in this one. The Chargers are one of those teams that never quite play up to their talent. They kind of always charger. But Justin Herbert is a guy that I think can sort of overcome all of that. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Their defense, albeit not healthy, the weapons are coming back. And the Colts are just... I mean, Jeff Saturday's in over his head. Give me the Chargers.
Go ahead, Adam. I don't know why
we talk about Brandon Staley a lot. Him and Dan Campbell, how aggressive they are. Excuse me. Give me the 4.5 for the Chargers. This, God damn it.
You got water?
I'm good. This has Chargers blowout written all over it. Jeff Saturday can't coach. It's an embarrassment to the NFL. But, again, he's an interim coach, so I don't mind it. I'm not going to get caught up in it, but he has no idea what he's doing. There are no second-half adjustments. There is no game plan. The game plan is let's run the ball a few times with our running backs and throw on third down to Michael Pittman, and we'll see if we win. That is it. That's all the Colts are doing. It is one of the most obvious, poorly coached, poorly disciplined, and really, this is just a really bad team, man. Give me Brandon Staley and the Chargers to win big.
Yeah.
I like the 4.5.
Yeah, Colts don't want to win anymore. I mean, they try.
They're in the playoffs if they win this game, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
They're
going to be in the playoffs. It's a big game for them.
Colts are going with Nick Foles, former Super Bowl MVP. I don't know what to say. The Chargers better win this game, or they better not even try to make the playoffs. Get the Chargers to cover that spread, although the Colts will play them hard. Chargers will wind up winning. And we wrap up our year and our day here with our team, the Detroit Lions. in Carolina, giving 2.5 points today. The spread has gone down. Sam Flannel, I start with you. Lions and the Panthers.
First of all, let me make this like real simple, maybe too simple. The Lions don't deserve to be in the playoffs if they can't beat a Sam Darnold-led team. But it goes deeper than that. The Lions, the Panthers' defense is not as good as the Jets' defense. I think that the Lions will be able to move the ball a little bit more effectively. Jared Goff will play a better game. And also, the only conceivable way that the Panthers can win this game, the only way, is if they get their running game going. And you know what the Detroit Lions have done against three of the best running backs in the NFL? Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley, and what's the other one?
The Jets? No.
Saquon, Aaron Jones, and anywho.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, yes. 41 carries for 70 yards. This is going to be one of those games, and 3 combined running backs in those games, 41 carries for 70 yards. That is beyond staggering. The Lions will not let the Panthers run the football. They'll force Sam Darnold to beat them, and he can't do it. Give me the Lions 24-13.
Adam?
Give me the Lions 27-16. Lions win easily. I don't see them having trouble with Carolina. I think it'll be difficult to start, but the Lions will finish their red zone possessions with touchdowns. I'm not confident that Carolina will do the same. Give me the Lions to win by 11 in this one.
I hope you guys are right. I just fear that this game is just, I don't know what it is about this game that makes me crazy. Maybe I still have the old Lions in my head. You know I do. It's hard to get rid of them. But I know this team is different. They're going to win. Lions got to win this game. They're better. They're much better than the Carolina Panthers. But I don't think they cover the 2.5. I think they win by 1.
Ooh.
I said it earlier. I don't know how I got 19, but I'm going to go 20-19. Somehow, some way, the Lions win this game late again. And I'm not sure if it's Badgley kicking the game winner or Amon-Ra St. Brown getting a 10-yard pass from Jared Goff late. Brock Wright. Shane Zylstra, James Mitchell, I don't care who the hell scores, Chark, anyone. Get the win, Lions.
Yep.
Get the win and make this a Merry Christmas for us Detroit Lion fans. We've been waiting. Look, this sweatshirt is from 2014. Come on, man. I need a new sweatshirt. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Go Lions. I want to thank everybody for watching us today. We're going to get out of here a couple of minutes early so you guys can lock and load on the Lions and Panthers on Fox today. Sam, Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you as well, Maz, and same to you, Adam.
Adam, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good luck with your New Year's resolutions of not cursing anymore.
Appreciate you. It's not going to happen.
I know that.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, everyone out in the chat, we appreciate you guys here on Woodward Sports, woodwardsports.com. We thank our friends at Fox 2 here in Detroit as well for being our partner. And for all you guys out there in the chat, guys and gals, I know you all out there and giving us your support. We love you. Merry Christmas. Have a great, great Christmas with your family and bring home a Detroit Lions victory today. I'm Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel, Adam Beydoun, and everyone else that joined us today. Merry Christmas and go Lions.